All right, video number 2. Distance healing, July 6, 2018, video 2. Um, so your spirit doesn't want to be aboard Buddha under the tree meditating all day. We don't want that. We want to move through our life with ease, grace, beauty, laughter, fun, and power. And then they say, what do you want? It's time now to create in all areas of your life. Don't get stressed about this because we talk about this in a few minutes. So your divinity, your single point of consciousness, the center of your vortex, pure divine creation, 4th level God mind. So you've done all this work to clear and then pull into your, what it is. I don't know if you realize what all the work you've been doing, all the inner work. It clears out all the distractions and all the incorrect information, right? So you're just resetting to the spirit-directed life, single point of divine consciousness. So your spark, your divine spark of consciousness, your creativity. I did a video yesterday, actually, that was, what are you doing with your corner of the universe, or my corner of the universe, something like that, something about corner of the universe. Okay, so your divinity, your single point of consciousness, is the center of your vortex, pure divine creation, with your 4th level God mind. And if you keep in mind, if you know the 5 agreements, there's a book called, there's a book called the 4 agreements, and then there's another book called the 5th agreement. But the 5 agreements are, first is be impeccable with your word. 2nd is don't take anything personally. 3rd is don't make assumptions. 4th is always do your best. And the 5th is be skeptical, but learn to listen. It's just funny because I kept having people tell me, you got to read the 5th agreement, you got to read the 5th agreement. I was like, no. And the whole learn to listen thing, it's like what I love to listen to people and their points of view. Anyway, those are the 5 agreements, and those will help you move through your life. Okay, so, and then so this is the other information when I said that your spousal relationship. So even if you're not married, your significant other, your partner, your spousal relationship with your spouse, you are like the spiritual breadwinner, which is like me. So like my husband works in the physical world, he's the financial, physical world breadwinner, but I am an important part of our team. I'm the spiritual breadwinner. And so you are the spiritual breadwinner in your relationship, and it's very cool, and both aspects are important. You may be the physical breadwinner too, I don't know, but you are the spiritual breadwinner. You need to understand that our spouses don't, or the spousal relationship doesn't need to be the breadwinner there. Okay, and then in the back station, so I haven't gone through your chakras yet, you'll hear that. So your back, the 5th station, I term the world at large. So I get information based on that. So the world at large, basically, the world is your playground. Okay. Oh, okay. The world is your playground. It's not wrong or broken. Okay. It's important to see your power and your detachment from all drama. People are suffering, yes, but you are no good to anyone if you lower your vibration. And then you have 2 female guides that said, this is very exciting if she gets this. So your 2 female guides, you can call them Lulu and Sophie if you want. I don't know if you had a grandmother that passed, but Lulu is a nickname. So they don't need to be relation to you this time around. So Lulu and Sophie were the 2 female guides that were helping me with this. They say your power impacts the world. Meditate on, quote, my power impacts the world. So I just saw you sitting, just 3 to 5 minutes, just very very calm, grounded. My power impacts the world, inside your head or outside. My power impacts the world. You get it. You get a cadence that feels good. So, what I mean by cadence is like yes energy. It's like yes, 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 or yes, 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 yes. There's a cadence that's gonna work. It's gonna feel like it's giving you the maximum um, impact for what you're trying to do. So my power impacts the world. My power impacts the world. Find your cadence and like 3 to 5 minutes of that. They can show you. So as you meditate on my power impacts the world, they can show you by seeing a vision or feeling it deeply in your heart. This is important to understand. It's important to understand that your power impacts the world. There is no fight. There is only peace and power, or no peace and power. So there's no fight. There's no fight at all. It's just peace and power or no peace and power. These are the choices. So the no peace and power side is drama, fighting, except it's not fighting. It's a bunch of scared ego minds trying to be right. What they fight about doesn't matter. And then look for this. So your guides want you to see this. So by detaching from the world at large, but so detaching from it and understanding that it's your playground, first you have to see. So the world at large is your playground because you're going to be able to create in it and manifest things. First you have to detach from it. So okay, so watch for people fighting about things. Like it's just a bunch of scared ego minds trying to be right, and what they fight about doesn't matter. And then the examples that pop into my head, because they use information that I know. So not to trigger you or anybody who's listening, but there's this guy Tommy Robinson, and he's in the UK, and I first heard of him because when he was interviewed by like the BBC, he videotaped the entire interview and then he posted his own video of it because he didn't trust them. And I didn't understand, and I thought that was cool. So then I watched, and oh, geez, my son just, yup, all right. So Tommy Robinson spoke out against the Muslim rape gangs because he's got a young daughter, and he was raised in Luton, and so he spoke out about the Muslim rape gangs, and he ended up going to jail because you're not allowed to do that over there. So free speech is under attack. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he was in solitary confinement for 22 weeks, and someone sent him the Quran. And then after he got out of solitary confinement and he was back, on the streets free again, people would come up to him and fight with him. People who had, about Islam, they had no idea what he knew because he studied for 22 weeks in solitary confinement. He studied the Quran. All right. So these people were fighting with him, but they didn't know what he knew. All right. So it's like, you see this going on. People fighting without the information that they really need in order to have a discussion. So instead of having a discussion, they just fight. So this is what your guides want you to watch now. So there's no fight. There's only peace and power or no peace and power. The no peace and power equals drama, fighting, except that it's not fighting. It's just a bunch of scared ego minds trying to be right. So it's like people fighting with Tommy Robinson over something that they don't know anything about. So just watch for that. So look for this. Look for it everywhere you go. Just watch. And then keep detaching. And the Renegade Yogi principles, if they help me, I bless you. In my head, I say to every single human being, I bless you, I forgive you, I respect your free will choices, and I love you. Period. But I don't have to love your non-loving behavior. So anyway, it sets me free. So, and it helps me detach from reality or the physical world at large. It helps me detach from that, and then I can see. And then with the fifth agreement of, be skeptical, but learn to listen. So I use these principles, and I created these lenses on purpose to look through the world, and it helps me see, and also detach. I hope you understand that. Maybe you need to watch this a couple times. Okay. All right. They say, so your guides say, raise your power in all stations. It's there. You're just not standing in it or acting from it. So your power is there. So your power is there for yourself. Pretty good. That's pretty good. With your spousal station 2, spousal relationship, your power is there. Remember, you're the spiritual breadwinner. So you can stand in it or act from it more. And then with your children, again, you use your words. Number one, be impeccable with your word, but you use your words to create what you want in that relationship with your children. So we gave you the example of the truth. This is what I want to create. Powerful, sacred, a lifting up. There's more about your kids later, so I'm going to put a pin in that. Okay. The peaceful warrior acts and the fool reacts. So they want you to raise your power in all stations so that you can act, that keep taking action steps, but act from a powerful person, from a powerful level. Act from your power with 4th level God mind, higher vibration. It's like being a big dog quelling a fight. Like, no, stop. That's not important. So, like, I actually had to use my power when I was buying my husband a car that he didn't really want, but he really needed. So I went down. I drove 6 hours down to Maryland. My kids are hilarious. So funny. I had to say to this man who was trying to, the price had already been negotiated, and then all of a sudden they tried to raise the price by $3,000, and I was like, no, just no. And then he was like trying to finagle and talk, and I said, so I had to say, from my powerful place, what you're trying to tell me is irrelevant, and I have integrity, and I'm a nice person, and I'm listening to you, but you're wasting my time with irrelevant information. The price was negotiated before I even got in the car to drive down here, so please stop wasting my time. Okay. And it was a loving thing to do. I wasn't being rude. It was a bait and switch type thing. It is what it is. It gave me an opportunity to see what it's like to be in my power. And after that, I stopped picking my fingernails. I filed them all down, but I used to pick my fingernails. But then having the experience of my power, and I was saying to my angels, am I throwing a tantrum right now? And they said, nope, because you wouldn't be able to hear us. So this is what your power looks like. This is what it feels like. Just like enjoy it. And so your kids, the 3rd station, your power, okay? By elevating the relationship, what do you want to see? What's the relationship you'd like to create with your kids? Exactly. You have all that you need. You have all the ability, all the power, and all the wisdom, and all the everything you need to create exactly what your heart tells you want to create with that relationship. Then the 4th station is your family and your friends. So like extended family, friends. And what we said about don't let anyone in your family define you based on what you used to be like as a little kid or anything like that. No one in your family. I don't care if you have a twin. I have a twin brother. You cannot let anybody in your family define you. So again, there it is. Your power. Well, people change. If anyone tries, well, people change. You've done a lot of work, more than most people that in their whole entire life. You've done more spiritual work, more inner work than people in a whole lifetime. So there's no way that the people who knew you when you were tiny have a lock on who you are now. So burping, yawning is clearing. So I do tapping too, EFT, but I just do this to clear out, because as I'm giving you information, we're clearing out more stuff. So act from your power with the 4th level God mind. 4th level God mind. It's just like I am the I am. That's it. I am the I am. I am the center of my vortex. I am divine spark of eternal consciousness / creativity. And I'm in alignment with the highest and holiest source creator energy. And this is what I want to create in my vortex. So you have just desires, the things you want to create, and contrast. things that you want to never create or discreate. So anything that if you've created crap for yourself, like if you were like really fat, you want to discreate that, your body as it is, you just discreate that. And then you do that from the fourth level God mind. I hope that makes sense. So the big dog, quelling a fight. No, stop. That's not important. This is not relevant. This is irrelevant. You just stop it, like the big dog putting down a little dog. Don't waste my time. You are not your roles. So you are obviously a daughter and a granddaughter, and I think you're a mother, I'm pretty sure that we talked. So, but you're not those roles. You're a powerful spark of divinity with the ability to create. Use the 5 agreements. Create. And then your spirit was like, off you go. It's like, here's the five agreements. This is you. You're a divine, powerful spark of creative consciousness. Go off you go. Go create. Use your 5 agreements. Have a good day. Bye now. It's like you were launched out of the nest by spirit. It was so cute. So cute. Okay, and so then if you decide things that you want to create, if you come up with things you want to create, you can feel free to check in with me on the language of creation. Because number one, you want to be impeccable with your word. Okay, so, we have so many notes. Be impeccable with your word. But I'm a second set of eyes to check your language, to make sure it's powerful in the present and that the words have the highest vibration. And then they said, get ready. It was like very exciting. Okay, so as you move into this, and I don't know how close you are with your family, but like I worked with this guy for spiritual life coaching, and his family did not like him changing because he was shifting their version of what they know. And so, the ego likes security, recognition, and control. And so if someone's changing themselves, that's shifting what they think they know, and it's scary for them. So his change made them uncomfortable. And I said before, one person can shift a dynamic. So you can shift a dynamic, you can shift the entire paradigm in your whole family by yourself, just by you shifting yourself. Amazing. If we were hanging out, I would tell you some stories about what I've shifted by myself, the effect that I've had. It's cool. Okay, so then that's the reading part. That was the sweeping, clearing, reading part. And now we move into the clearing of the chakras and what I find in there. Okay, so first chakra, I believe you know these. Red, the root. So they say, you be your own first family. Okay, so it's not like your first family, like your parents and your extended family, your parents, siblings, and aunts and uncles and grandparents. Whatever. They're not bad people. It just doesn't serve you to think that you are little you in this group. I see ya. Okay, so your body, your physical body, is related by blood to these people. But even if you were adopted, that would still be your first family. And then they said, we're all basically adopted because the relationships are just roles that we play in the physical plane of existence. We give them all the meaning they have, whether someone else programmed that in or if we did it ourselves. And so the example they used was, I'm your mom. Like, I deserve more respect, like that. Like, I'm your mother. I deserve more respect. Or we program the meaning into ourselves. She's my mom. She's supposed to be more loving. She's supposed to, she's my mom. So these are just stories based on rules, and then we assign the meaning. So we can, okay. I had a friend whose mother is an alcoholic. My friend has hurt herself with this programmed meaning that she's put in of, that's my mom. She should do this. She should Okay. But we don't belong to each other. Putting some souls over others is just attachment based on stories, egoic stories, concepts. My mom wanted me to, okay, so my mother died. My mom died, and then I was like, my mom. And she came to see me because I talked to people who passed. And she said, no. She said, don't um, don't keep hurting yourself with my mom, my mom, my mom. That's the role I played. I was a soul. I came to the planet. I did my work, and now you're doing yours. And it's like I I I don't want to come even visit you when you're going to be like my mom, my mom, my mom, and cry, cry, cry. So she said, love every soul as much as you think you love me as your mom. And when she died, Jeffrey Dahmer was a thing. Then it was everybody knew Jeffrey Dahmer. He's a killer. She's like, I want you to love Jeffrey Dahmer's soul as much as you love mine. And I was like, because this is 2001. All right, so 17 years ago. So when she's like, I want you to love Jeffrey Dahmer's soul as much as you love mine. I was like, that makes no sense. Why would I do that? And now I understand, of course. So with all my work that I've done, I get it. So, all right. But when she told me that, I was appalled at first. Okay, so your spirit is ready to release all from the first chakra. So be careful who you show this video to, because I want to just make sure. All right, so I think, okay, let me just say this, because I think it's in here, but I want to make sure I say it. So we basically assigned all meaning to everything. The great part about that is we can remove the meaning and we can shift the meaning. We can change the meaning. Okay, so I assigned more meaning to my mother's soul than to Jeffrey Dahmer's soul. Through my work, I've shifted that, and I still have a high meaning to my mother's soul without attachment. I let her go, or so I think I did. I got to tap that out, but by shifting and understanding that I have to love Jeffrey Dahmer's soul too. Now I've shifted. I've changed the way I have assigned meaning, that my mom is more important than Jeffrey Dahmer. And then and it feels better to my soul when I just love everyone. I love everyone. I don't love Jeffrey Dahmer's behavior. I love my mother's behavior. I enjoyed spending time with my mother. You get it, right? So since we're the ones that assign the meaning, we can change that assignment. We can shift it anytime we want. We can just change the meaning that we've assigned, because that's on us. That makes us more powerful. We just change it into something that feels better. Okay. So your spirit is awesome. Freaking awesome. I mean, everybody says, but you're just like such a pleasure. Ready to release all from your first chakra. So that's safety, security, safety, security, belonging to your family, whatever. So just want to say, be careful who you show this video to. If you show it to people who are in your family, some people won't understand. Okay, then also your first chakra says lay off the potatoes right now. So just, not that you're slamming a bunch of potatoes, but just don't eat potatoes just right now. It feels like comfort food. Okay, so if you need a comfort food go-to, they said an extremely high quality bread would be better right now. So what we mean by extremely high quality bread, if there's a bakery that uses old world wheat, not modified crap that we have. And there's a Netflix show called What's with Wheat that is awesome. And that's why my eyes are puffy from bread and milk really bad. But anyway, not that you care. I'll be clearing that up. We'll see. Consider this the before. Okay, so if you want to watch What's with Wheat, it'll explain like what changed. It's all the modifications that they made it so wheat would grow faster. But there are, I want to say, French bakeries and there's German bakeries, probably somewhere that you could find, that uses old world wheat. They use like flour that's imported. So there's a place in Litchfield, Connecticut, that the flour that they use is imported from Germany, Holland, or France. I think it's France. And I could eat croissants from there all day long without any pain in my stomach. And it's all because they use the old world stuff. There's no Roundup in it or whatever. Okay. And they also said organic grapes are your really good snack for you right now between meals if you need that. And think of it like this. and I don't know if you know, but 70% dark chocolate or better makes your arteries more flexible, so you can actually get rid of some plaque. If you have plaque built up in your arteries, it helps make them flexible, so it helps it clear it out, keep it clear. Okay, think of it like this. Your spirit doesn't want to be attached to anyone. Okay? Your kids, yes, you're responsible for those souls on the physical plane. So it doesn't mean to ignore them. Just care for them, love them deeply. And one of my favorite, well, he's an enlightened master, but he also wrote tons of books. His name is Osho, O-S-H-O, O-S-H-O. And he wrote a book called On Children. It's like Osho on Children. It's a great book. Thanks! I see it! There's a rainbow. I wonder if you can see. Can you see it? Well, I don't know. Okay. Oh, you want to take it all the time. Osho on Children. And then I'm going to read you this thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Prophet. Khalil Gibran, the Prophet. So I'm going to read you this part from this book. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself." Capital L. Life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls. For their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you. For life goes not backward, nor tarries with yesterday. You are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, bows. You are the bows, bow and arrow, from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer seeks the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. So you're the stable bow. You're their jumping off point, basically, but you can't go where they're going. And so, and the Osho book helped me rearrange and change my perspective to where my default answer to my kids is yes, unless there's a safety issue. But always like, can we do this? I really try and say yes all the time. I just try and say yes because they're asking permission to have an experience that they desire. Okay, and so if I have to clean up a load of paint in the living room, or if I have to, whatever, I'm willing to do that because I understand that these souls are just desiring an experience. And so also what ends up happening when my default is, and that's like, if they're like in Target, like, can we get this, I'm like, no. So it's not about stuff, it's about experiences. I should make that clear. It's not like, yes, you can have any of the stuff you want that I'm buying to fill our house with crap, be consumers. It's not that. It's about, can we run through puddles? Can we get muddy? Can we play with this? Can we throw dirt in the air? Stuff like this. My default is yes. And what that ends up doing is they ask permission all the time. And it feels good to be able to tell them yes. All right. Okay. Love them deeply. Osho on Children. Your soul wants to be here, now. These are all underlined. Here, now. Enjoying and experiencing this human experience, this game of physical life. What can I create, manifest? If it didn't want to create, it would have stayed in spirit. Okay, first chakra, all of life is my family. This was really cool. So your first chakra, you're like big. You're like you're big. You have no idea. So your first chakra is like, all of life is my family. Okay? So your anchor point in physical life, your first chakra, root, anchor point. Your anchor point in physical life can be all of nature or all of life, if you're comfortable with that. Okay, but if my if all of life is my family triggers you in some way, that's just where you are right now. That's going to shift. But remember, we did a lot. We did 3.2 hours in this healing. You're not going to need another healing from me for a really long time, if ever. You may never, ever need one because I can see where you're going. And you may just be able to get there the rest of the way on your own. So you may not be there yet where you're like, all of life is my family, okay? But you are headed there. You're going there. So if all of nature is my family, then that's fine for your first chakra, as far as your first chakra is concerned. So that's your anchor point. So as long as it doesn't trigger you egoically, this is your way of being big, having a huge, nice, solid, beautiful foundation, taking up your space in the world. Is all of life is my family. Okay, so if all of life is my family, and then it goes, and then it goes from there. My family has to listen to me. My family has to love me anyway. You may as well make all of life your family. So that's the direction you're headed. But keep it wherever, meet yourself where you are. So if you're just like, all of nature is my family, okay, then that's fine. But they're stretching you, and that's where you're going to end up. So first chakra, I think you know, but it's safety, security, belonging to your family, and then also society at large, okay? Okay, so even the ocean teeming with life is part of your family, your first chakra, anchor point family. You may not be there yet, but that's where they are taking you. Powerful. Don't have to shift into that right this second. It'll happen gradually, naturally. Just, you won't need another healing in the meantime, okay? So at 10:34 a.m. this morning, I wrote, you should feel pretty effing powerful right about now. Because I could just feel your first chakra was like drinking it in, like totally getting it. It was totally getting it. Okay, so it's like power. So if you think of like, a triangle has a nice base, your big first chakra has a nice solid base for all the rest up to your crown. It's beautiful. So your first chakra, nice and big, creates a really nice base foundation. And then again with the Buddha, but it's like the Buddha is always there, meditating under the tree, providing non-stop power and peace, or powerful peace. So it's like, it kept coming like this, power and peace, or powerful peace, and stability. So beautiful. You can go there anytime. So that's in your first chakra. The Buddha, you have this Buddha. Okay, so Buddha is an ascended master was helping me in your healing. So with the Buddha's help, that's why there was Buddhas everywhere in this healing. So it doesn't mean you're a Buddhist or that you're supposed to be a Buddhist. Don't worry about religion. Okay, so just be. And then the Buddha, the ascended master that everyone called Buddha, he was participating in your healing. So it's like this Buddha nature, this peace and the power and stability is always, always, always sitting, meditating in your first chakra. You can go there anytime. Okay. What you provide to yourself, you provide for the world. Because as it is inside, so it is outside. As it is outside, so it is inside. Thich Nhat Hanh, you probably know who he is, but he's a Vietnamese monk, and he said, it only took one monk to bring the peace. So I forget where he was, some story where he was on a boat with all these other monks, and it was scary, whatever, and everybody was like reacting to the fear, and he said it just took one monk to bring the peace, hold the peace, and then all the other monks could light their candle. And so when I read it so long ago or heard it or whatever, this is how it came to me. This is what I saw. So I may not be saying exactly what he said, but this is the basic idea. So one monk basically lighting the candle of peace in their core, and then all the other monks could find their peace, could light their candle. And one candle can light millions, technically. It's big enough. If you go fast enough. Okay. Your second chakra. All right, so the second chakra is creativity and power in your relationship, in your significant other partner relationship. Okay, so second chakra says Don't stress about creating. You'll know. I'm sorry I may have stressed you out before. Just sit and be. When the time comes for creation, okay, I guess I don't want to make these too long. When time comes for creation, you'll know, because what I said before may have engaged your ego mind. When I said, what do you want? What do you want to create? When I said that, it may have engaged your ego mind. But if you watch the videos again after a while, so you may not be there right now, but if you watch these videos after a while, you'll be in a different place. Also, you can set the intention to receive this healing again later if you want. So like in a month or 2 months or whatever, and you're like, lay down and just open to receive this same healing again. Let it wash right through you again, and then watch the videos again and see if you've shifted. Notice how you've shifted. You only need to get another healing from me when you feel like you're ready for new information. And like I said, every Sunday I live stream healing meditation, 9 p.m. Eastern time, Renegade Yogi. So you can receive then too. Every week. We have people doing it every week. It's a great little community. So you want to be enlightened. This is probably not news to you. You want to be enlightened. So that's 1,000 level vibration. Yeah, why not? And I think it's one person with 1,000 level vibration, which is enlightened master. This is just what you're shooting for. One person vibrating at 1,000 raises the vibration of 250 million people vibrating at 200. And 200 is about where the world is vibrating, which is courage. Okay, 200 is courage. All right, so things can be a lot worse. You see, 100 is fear. We're going to talk about that later. See, 100 fear, 125 desire, 150 is anger. Anger you can turn into excitement. That's why there's a little pink asterisk there. I'm making these things, but I don't have any made right now. Okay. They said, so you want to be enlightened? Yeah, why not? That was exactly what they said. Why not? They said, visit your divinity, okay? Like bathing / basking in the purity of your own soul. Creative, divine spark. Like there's a huge church within. That's what it just felt like. There's a huge church within. Your consciousness, the single point of consciousness, that's your divinity. So you bathe in that. You bring your whole mind and you bathe in that bright white or iridescent or rainbow light, whatever color, or golden. It might be golden for you. But you bathe and bask in the purity of your own soul. Create a divine spark. So you have a huge church within you. And they said work at, but not really work at, but feel. So don't try, because trying is not doing. I'm trying, then you're not doing. Trying is expecting failure. So they said, feel your divinity at all times. Just feel your divinity at all times. The center, and stay in the center of a big white spotlight of the highest and holiest source creator energy, and connect with that energy through your crown chakra, and then bring that in through your whole entire channel, through all the chakras. So bring that white, highest and holiest source creator energy. You're standing in the center of that. There's a big white spotlight. You're standing in the center of all that love and all that purity and all that like powerful divine healing energy. But it's the big G God, which is the, creative God, the Jesus God, the pure love, divine healing energy. So you're standing in the center of that big white spotlight, and then and you've got the protection and you've got the love all around you, but then you open and you receive all of that through your crown chakra, and then you let it pour through your channel. So you're just this channel of light, pure, perfect light. So feel your divinity at all times. So you do that with all that light coming through, and then also earth energy grounding you at all times. So earth's energy is grounding you at all times through the bottoms of your feet or through your root chakra, whatever feels the best. So you've got earth energy grounding you, and you have the energy of heaven, or the highest and holiest source creator energy connecting you. So the human is the only being on the planet that connects heaven's energy and earth's energy. Okay, at all times. You do it, and then you'll be able to teach it. It's valuable. So once you're able to just really walk around with this perspective of feeling your divinity at all times, and feeling grounded at all times, and feeling your center point of consciousness at all times, and your channel is full of light, you'll be able to teach it to other people just by what you're living, and it'll be valuable. So you'll be able to make money by living your divinity, which is now going to be another book that I write. I'll give you some credit. Okay, third chakra is your solar plexus, self-esteem. And I was yawning a lot. Stop caring who you are and what you look like. Not that you do a lot, but see, the thing with healing is you may not think that you care who you are or what you look like, but your soul says go further, more. Care less. Care even less. You don't care a lot now, but care even less who you are and what you look like. Through caring, you are attaching to ego constructs. Just who cares? And then I burped. Enough to cover it. I don't know what this means. Enough to cover it. Caring brings all kinds of judgments and adjectives. Lots for the ego mind to distract you with. I have to go through this pile of descriptive adjectives and see which ones fit. That's like saying, I have to go through all this stuff in my basement I haven't needed or wanted in the last 10 years to see what I want to keep. No, you don't. You can do that if you want to, but you don't need to. But how much do you value your time? So it's just like 10 years of crap in your basement. You could just have someone just haul it all away. You don't need to go through each thing to sort it out. But that's an ego distracts you with this. I need to go through this pile of descriptive adjectives. I need to know, what box do I fit in? What's my religion? What's my political ideology? What's all these kinds of things. Which camp am I in on this or on that? It's like, I call them spectrums in the Renegade Yogi work that I do. I call them spectrums. So you can do that if it's enjoyable, if it raises your vibration, but you don't have to. Okay, you get it. Your soul wants nothing in your interior space. Your soul wants your whole, just like you could feel when I talked to you about cleaning out the garage. You want that garage with nothing in it. Your soul wants nothing in the house either. Wants absolutely nothing in your interior space. Clean, 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 clean. It's so cool. I wrote so cool, so clear, so tidy, so powerful. Because any things become things for the ego to react to or get distracted by contemplating. I need to think about this. You really don't. So, any things become things for your ego to react to, get distracted by, judge, etc. Play with, like flip around, and I love to listen to people. So Sam Harris is a liberal atheist, and Jordan Peterson is I don't know if he calls himself a conservative, but he's fighting for free speech in Canada. He's a professor, and but he believes in God, and I love to listen to them talk, and it's enjoyable to talk, but I wouldn't want to be in a discussion like that, because to me it's like I don't get joy out of contemplating the crap out of things to that level. But it's interesting for me to listen to them do it, to listen to those hearts on what they believe. So you can do stuff, but does it raise your vibration, or does it lower it, or does it stay the same? Is it boring? So you just want to be clear. Okay, in your fourth chakra, your heart, I saw red, and then I saw roses. So passionately love yourself. Such good things flow from there. Like passionately, like strange, like buy yourself red roses. That's what it's like. Not, or whatever your favorite flower is, but passionately fall in love with yourself. Passionately give yourself, care for yourself. Like as if you're like your best, you know, boyfriend or lover. Okay. So, passionately fall in love with yourself, passionately love yourself, and such good things flow from there. The law of attraction brings more passionate things to be passionate about. Okay. Okay. So, trigger warning. Your guides say this. This is a quote. Understand and believe us when we say that you played a part in every single time you were hurt by another person. You ascribed that meaning to the person or to the incident or to the behavior, the non-loving behavior. You ascribed the meaning. So now you take away that ascribed meaning from any and all incidences of being hurt. This shift happens now, 11:03 a.m., July 6, 2018. You remove all meaning now. All that has happened has served the Buddha within, gotten us here, and now we create peace and power, or peaceful power again. Again, peace and power or peaceful power. And it's so co-located. It's both. I don't know if it's both, but it could be both, or whatever you feel. Peace and power or peaceful power. So everything that happened, we released, happened, we played a role. We were part of it. I was part of that. I did that. I ascribed the meaning. She's not going to jump in, right? Okay. Okay. Got us here. We create peace and power. Peaceful power. No, don't jump in. No, not yet. Wait till I'm there. Don't do it. No, she's not. She's fine. No, I don't want that. No, she can do it here. Do it in the shallow end. Grady, do it in the shallow end first. Grady, do it where you can stand first. Doesn't that just make all the sense in the world? Her head's going to go under. I don't want her panicking in the deep end. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me just finish this. No, she doesn't. Okay. So if you played a role and every single time you were hurt, then you can take responsibility for that and remove the meaning that you ascribed. Okay, good enough. This is higher than forgiveness. Okay? This gives you responsibility for being a powerful creator. And so it is. There's nothing to forgive because you take full responsibility, as if you did this to yourself just to have the experience because your soul felt like it. Your soul ran the show. It still does. It's peaceful and it's powerful. From now on, getting hurt means I'm doing this. I am the I am. I am my eternal, powerful, wise soul. I am doing this to myself, capital S-E-L-F. To have the experience during this game of life. I'm doing this on purpose because my soul has determined, says that it wants to have this experience during this game of life. So you're just an old child, like me. We're both old children. Just like my kids. Can I get muddy? Can I throw mud in the air? Sure. If you hurt yourself, you know. Here you go. Okay. So you have the choice to enjoy the story or disengage from it. If you yell at your kids, enjoy it. No drama. Quote, I must have decided that it was more enjoyable to engage with that drama than to be above it. Huh, so be it. All is well. What do I want to do now? What's in the next moment? What do I feel like doing next? And then I wrote, you are beyond anything I could have imagined. You have done so much inner work. Your heart says, be powerful. Stay powerful. No, this is the way to peace. Okay? Your heart just keeps telling you, be powerful. Stay powerful. This is the way to peace. Okay? Higher vibrational people start coming from their power, will quell the bullshit, the drama, and the victim crap that's going on right now. Okay? So you, me, people like us, higher vibrational people, we start coming into our power, and we start holding our power, and we just go, no, that's nonsense. No, that's bullshit. No, that's crap. No, that's irrelevant. No, 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 no. We quell all this crap. Okay, let your intuitive heart guide you. Perfect. Okay, your intuitive heart is connected to the highest aspect of yourself. So many people are not getting this. Okay, and that's okay. You're getting it. I'm getting it. There's people in the Renegade Yoga page totally getting it. Okay, there are these people that are understanding. I am the I am. I am the I am. Oh my God. I'm powerful. I impact the world with my power. Okay. I am all the power, peace, and love in the universe. Okay? Fifth chakra, throat. Throat, your thyroid. Communication, self-expression. Make sure you don't get caught up in drama of other people's words and how they say stuff. It doesn't matter. It's a drama trap. All this stuff, and it's out there, and it's something like shiny keys, distraction. You know, like and again, like this is the first story that popped in as an example was, you know, the whole Trump getting quoted as when you're rich and powerful, women let you grab them by the pussy, but they take out women let you because that's consensual, and by taking out women let you completely changes the meaning of that sentence. And I have to tell you, I used to be a professional pilot, and we have said nastier stuff, and it's in the moment when we say it or what's happening. It's part of the story. It's just funny. You had to be there. You totally had to be there. We were gross, raunchy, funny, you know, drinking, carousing, like just fun, just funny, and it's all a game. It's play, because a lot of us have almost died in airplanes multiple times. We've gotten struck by lightning in airplanes. It's very scary, whatever. Well, what ends up happening is you don't take a lot of stuff that seriously. So we would say this stuff just to have fun. All right? But seriously, do not, you know, make sure you don't get caught up in this drama of these other people's words, how they say stuff. You know, women let you grab them. You know, women let you. They let you. And then all of a sudden, they've turned it into he's this rapist when there was an actual rapist, which didn't get any of the same, you know, attention. Okay, so it's all just a drama trap. Just all a drama trap. So I did a rock and roll day. I have a video that I called my rock and roll day. And it basically talks about, like, I'm too old to learn a new language of ze, zer, zis, the new pronouns, the new non-gender specific pronouns that we're supposed to learn in order to be compliant. This is the Jordan Peterson thing. He would rather be able to talk freely and say his and her instead of having it be, you know, hate speech for him to say his and her when someone wants to be called ziz and zir. Use the non-gender specific pronouns. Okay, and I'm, you know, in the video, my video, I would be happy if I already knew that language. If I already knew that language, I'd be happy to use it. I have nothing against it. The thing is, I have 2 kids that I need to play with, and I have a house to run, and I have these healings to do, and I have videos to make, and I have stuff to learn, and I have laundry and food and blah, 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 and gardens. Okay, I don't have time to learn a new language. And so the whole point of the video was, I love you, but I you know, fuck it. I'm not going to learn a new set of 130 pronouns. I'm sorry. Don't take it personally. You know, number 2, don't take it personally. I love you. Okay. So, you can't raise your vibration if you're playing word police. Okay, so if you're practicing getting offended, if there's a word police thing going on, that's going to lower your vibration. It doesn't mean you don't listen to people, especially when they tell you who they are. You know, I listen to people. I love them anyway. You know, you just listen to people when they tell you, "Oh, my dad just went in." Okay. You still have to listen to people when they tell you who they are, So you can decide for yourself who you want to be around you, who you want to be around, who to help. Okay, so I have all these people that I follow on Twitter. They're from Iran and Saudi Arabia, these women that I pray for. I don't care how they bash the religion that has created so much suffering for them. I don't care what they say. I don't consider it hate speech. These people are sharing their experience, what happened to them, what's happening now. So I just pray for them. Okay? I don't need to police the way they describe their suffering. And they use some hateful words to describe what they've endured and what other people are enduring right now. And so I still love them. I pray for them. I don't need to play word police. Okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. So this stuff, there's, a conglomeration of crap in your throat chakra that's like, how do I, when people worry about how to say something so they don't offend, they F up their throat chakra. You have so much power in not speaking to your kids with a look, because they have internalized your lessons or advice. I don't know what to call it. Okay? And it's not the silent treatment, because the silent treatment is a victim game. You hurt me, so I'm not going to talk to you. So not the silent treatment. We're not talking about that. It's a look that says, I said it before, and I'm not going to say it again. Where is the camera? I don't even know. Okay. I've said it before. I'm not going to say it again. Okay? So, and the two ways to screw up your throat chakra, communication, self-expression, is over-talking, too much energy going out, like a bucket with a hole in it, can't keep it full. So too much energy going out. So that's over-talking. Or not speaking your truth. Not speaking. Okay, there's two ways to not speak. Not speaking because you're afraid you're going to get yelled at. That's what I used to do. And that's how I had a problem there. And now I just understand that the other way of not speaking is not engaging. I choose, out of love for myself, not to engage. So not out of fear of getting yelled at. I choose not to speak because I don't want to engage. So I choose that for myself, out of love for myself. I'm going to wrap this video up. Okay. I love you so much. I love you so much. You can't believe how much I love you. You're awesome. You're just awesome. I'm so glad you're in the world. Okay, I'm going to pause it.